Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Here it is. It's almost March. Spring starts almost at, March 20th or so. And yet, it's now winter here in the Pacific Northwest. It's been snowing for the past couple days. So, thumbs up. It was cold when I went on walkies last night, but it was right on the edge of just being rain. And then I wake up this morning and it's just snowing up. Not a storm, but there's snow. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people that are my patrons who help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. Without your help, I would be homeless or worse. So thank you so very, very much. If you would like to help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I keep salivating around my dentures, of course. I have links to my Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link with hopefully an updated thing with pet food on it. So yay, thumbs up for that, and front loading of videos over. Oh boy. Yeah, it's snowing out there, something pretty fierce. I mean, it keeps stopping and starting and stopping and starting, but it's sticking. Yay. Such is life, though. Such is life. And I went out walkies, of course, walked up to Walmart and back, and yeah, I've really got the time cut down on the normal 6-mile walkies. I can leave at like 7:15, about 7:15 p.m., and I'm getting back at around 9 o'clock. And this includes stopping in Walmart and grabbing a few things for the next day, and then walking home, and I'm doing it in less than 2 hours. So thumbs up on that. Yeah, I'm going to have to start really adding in. There's a loop I can take up in southern Shelton here that adds a mile onto the trip that I'm taking. And so really I need to do that and then not worry about speeding it like I've been doing. I have proved that I can do it pretty quick now. One video that I did watch about human anatomy and such, though, is they say if you want to help with your aging process, you need to do heavy lifting too. Now, I'm not really going to be able to do heavy lifting, but I have been thinking about this. I do have an 8-pound weight. I need to start using that again because really I don't do a whole lot with my arms, and I've been just really working on leg lifetime right now, doing all this walking. So I do need to add some sort of thing where I can bulk up my upper body too. I have, like 10 years ago now or so, I think, I tried doing push-ups. Back when I was younger, I could usually do like 1 or 2 or 3, and then I could build myself up to do a couple hundred. About 10 years ago, I couldn't even do 1. And then I couldn't build up any other strength to do more. So I've never been able to do more than 1 now that I've gotten older. So I'm going to start working on my upper body again and working on that, as well as keeping up with the trying to make that a good 7-mile walkies every day. Now, if it gets dry enough and it's not continuously raining or snowing or whatever, I will try and take my portable camera out so I can record a walkies tonight when I go out. Hopefully there'll still be snow. So if so, that'll be cool. Because I do want to do more walkies videos. And now that it's turning into much more light, pretty soon it'll be light at 10 o'clock at night. So I won't have any real issues trying to record and worrying about, it's too dark to see anything. So that'll be cool. And then I'll be able to show people around Shelton again. I used to do lots of walkies videos, and things change and things alter, so hopefully I'll get back into it. Thumbs up for that. Past that, taking a look at my list here, I don't have a whole lot that's happened or to even talk about. I had some mild falling asleep problems again yesterday, of course. And then I was awake and I did editing and rendering and uploading, and then I watched videos and I played some games. I'm going to talk about that one for a while because I hit In Tribes of Midgard, it looks like there's a hard cap of 50. If you hit level 50, you don't progress anymore. You're still picking up experience, but I don't know if you get any more blessings, which are just ways to alter your character, or if you just hit a hard cap and now you don't progress anymore. But at level 50, I don't progress anymore. So, and I am just stomping on absolutely everything when I come across that. They have, when you're moving around in Tribes of Midgard, there's a thing in your little status bar that shows your power level and the power level required for the land that you're in. Like most of them, it says like I'm 700 plus, and then the power level required for the land is like 100. Nothing stands up to me there. The hardest I found, and there's some pretty tough ones here, is up like a power level of 290 as opposed to my almost 800. So there's still a lot to find out. There's still a lot to do. It's just I maxed out my character already. Yay. But I've also been playing a lot, as I've mentioned, the game Two Worlds, which again is the kind of Eurojank Oblivion killer that's like over 10 years old now. It came out at the same time as Oblivion from Bethesda. But it is fun. I mean, it's janky, and it looks terrible for the characters. Human characters look weird. They'll have like big bulky bodies and huge wide shoulders, and then these tiny, tiny, tiny little heads. It just looks kind of bizarre at times. Most of the monsters look like spot on though, and they have, I've been collecting horses because they have like orc horses that are like lizards, and there's undead horses that are just skeletons, and all those things look spot on and cool. It's just the humans look weird. But I've been having a great time just ignoring basically all of the quests. I've been slowly doing as many as I can, but I'm just racing around the countryside murdering everything. And that's been the point of what I've been doing so far. So I am just ignoring the general plot line and just I'm racing around in areas that I shouldn't be going into and just banging and slashing and crunching everything that I come across. So it's been a blast. I really like that game. If you can find Two Worlds on sale, I would suggest getting it. Now, unfortunately, the company that makes it has been, there's Two Worlds and Two Worlds 2, and they have been DLCing these old games to death. Most of the DLC you can get for like either game, you can largely just ignore. It's just junk. Still, very fun though. Now, the other things that I want to talk about are all in my creative settings. All cryptid stuff right here, because there are two big things that I've wanted to talk about. One is a thing that I think about because I think it's funny. I have a very absurdist, surrealist sense of humor, and one of the things that I have worked into my cryptid people in this setting is they seem to be shallow as a mud puddle. But really, you can find out that they are a lot deeper than you think. They're not able to express it very often, but it will come out. Like, there's the one cryptid character, Alan. He's like 40 years old, and he's a big dumb ball of happy. You know, you can try to explain to him daily why you have to wear hats because you don't want your ears to freeze during winter, and you have to explain it every single day, and he won't pick it up. But at the same time, you'll come across situations where you can be walking through the snow with Alan, and Alan will just suddenly say, like, "How are you holding up?" And you ask Alan, I don't know, what exactly do you mean? And Alan just says, well, humans are social creatures, and when your third eye opens, you become distanced from all the rest of your species. The only people you can interact with are those humans with their third eye open, and us. And we're not human. Are you holding up okay? And then you just you look at them and it's like, okay, that's a little bit more than I expected from Alan. But you'll find that a lot. And the absurdist part of it is when you'll have a victim who's being brutally just beaten and being murdered, and they'll desperately cry out something like, why are you doing this? And the cryptid in the midst of all of this stuff will just go, and then stop, and then explain themselves. Like there's the one cryptid cornetto I've explained that this is an individual that can wake up and because the sky is blue, oh my God, someone's gonna die. But in the midst of that, someone could just say, why? And they'll stop and just, this isn't your fault. This was nothing you could have done. I am murdering you because the sky is blue. It's not your fault. You are innocent. And then at that point, the beating stops, and when Cornetto does end their lives, after explaining, it's just a quick, simple crack, they're gone. But just a quick philosophical, deep question like that, why are you murdering me, can stop them in their tracks and wham, brick wall against their emotional train they're on to, oh, and then they will stop and explain themselves. So thumbs up for that. But then the big thing that I wanted to talk about, checking out on my list here. Oh yes, I want to talk about this one because I've been mentioning this one to myself a lot to try and remember this. On the whole philosophical thing in front, there's also a lot of cryptids who think like this one, who I mentioned. There's Alan, and then there's also Clausy, Alan and Clausy are a couple. They are a cryptid couple, and I like them, though they're a previous generation than a lot of the ones I'm talking about, which makes no sense. Each generation of cryptids has changed a lot. The current generation of cryptids is like Clausy and Alan's daughter Polly, who's early 20s and such like this. They are Polly's parents. They're of the previous generation. Their parents before them were different as well. But Clausy is one of those cryptids that doesn't spend a lot of time around other human beings. She finds human beings frustrating because she does not like to use her brain for things like thinking. She thinks it's stupid. Using your brain for thinking and thought processes is dumb to her. She finds us just absolutely frustrating because if we're not just standing around thinking all of the time, we're walking around and we're talking about the things that we think of. It drives her nuts. She hates that. She refuses to use her brain for things like thinking or thought processes. Ugh. So she doesn't spend a lot of time around human beings, whereas, of course, Alan, her husband, being a big dumb ball of happy, he does. He likes everybody. He likes lots of things. And he's the kind of individual that he'll be just doing something dumb, and then will come up and be suddenly deep, asking questions about, are you doing okay? How are you holding up? And of course, with the answer there, with, I was just wanting to make sure. There's nothing I can do if you are suffering from anything, but it's good to know. But he hangs around humans. He finds us fun, and he'll come up with doing something dumb to ask you about that, and then just say, hey, let's go to the park and eat a duck. You want to go eat a duck with me? So, yeah, they're deep and shallow at the same time. But I wanted to talk about the Dempty family because I really enjoyed the Dempty family. And yes, from the human point of view, cryptid families can be kill them with fire types of individuals. Because the cryptid family that runs the Lake Vista Shores RV Park Convenience and Store and Gas Station, where they have a 2-pad RV park, they are There's Jacob Dempty, who is human, married to Monica, who is a cryptid. There are their 3 daughters, 2 of which are cryptids, 1 of which is human. When I've talked about the one story where somebody comes across these individuals, and so this family kills the driver of another RV and then serves them up to the person who drove in because their third eye is opening, yeah, they sound pretty icky and awful that way. But from their point of view, they're doing really good. They are cryptids. They're not human. But even at that, they do their best and they try not to eat too many people. It's for special occasions only. And when they get older, and at the time that I'm writing or trying to write all these things chronologically, the 3 daughters, Barb, Nis, and Ann, they're all older now. Barb has got a job in Brookerton, South Carolina, in a major corporation. She does well, and she only eats people like, maybe Christmas or Thanksgiving. And then Nis, she's got a job in the arts, and she's working through community theater and such. It's tougher, not as much money, but she's doing well and making a name for herself. She only eats people like on a birthday. So neither of them really are into the whole consuming human beings thing. It's just special occasions if you think of it. And when she got older, the human daughter, she went to Brookerton into the community college there. She enriched herself for a few years. She got a degree that would help her go back and start working with her parents at the store/little resort there on the shores of Lake Vista, the fictional Lake Vista. And she has been helping them out because as the years went by, they're early 60s, but her father has been having more and more trouble with arthritis. And so she's just been helping out and just eating the occasional human being periodically, never much. But she hits 21 and she starts getting really, really hungry. Until she's in Brookerton one day and one of her fellow human beings just smells so good she can't help herself. She just follows the guy, knifes him to death, puts the corpse in her car, drives it out to the RV park after stopping at the Uncle Bonbons to get a bottle of stabilizing, cryptid stabilizing fluid. In a bathtub, 2 drops of this stuff, soak the human corpse in it for an hour, and then you can keep that human corpse fresh. You don't have to refrigerate it, just dump it in a room and it will not rot, will stay fresh. Works with everything. You can put a drop of this stabilizing fluid in a gallon of water, take a few drops of that into a gallon of milk. You can keep that milk on a counter, unrefrigerated, open, using it, and it will stay fresh, nutritious, and undamaged by any sort of bacteria or mold for up to a year. So she just starts going through, and once or twice a month she knifes somebody in town, brings the corpse back home, soaks it in the bathtub, and then the family just eats. She's hungry. She likes eating people. And again, she understands fully. She's a people. She knows that. She doesn't want to die. She knows other people, they don't want to die. But boy, we just taste good. Why wouldn't you eat other people? And so she does. And she brings home 1 or 2 people every month. She and her father primarily live on just human meat. But when you have your third eye open, you do change. You are a cryptid in everything but human form. Because of a genetic defect, you do not become a cryptid. You stay human. But everything else about you changes. Just living primarily on human meat, her father, his arthritis has largely gone away. Jacob Dempty, at the time of this, 20 years after the first thing I talked about, he's getting better again and able to take on more work back at the RV park / convenience store. And Annie, sure, she and her sisters, they do eat people. So is Annie any better than someone like John Wayne Gacy or Jeffrey Dahmer, are they any better? From our point of view, kill them with fire. Because once or twice a month, she knifes someone to death, brings them home. She and her father eat the good parts that humans can eat, and then her mother just takes care of the rest. People vanish. Yeah, from our point of view, kill them with fire. And that, of course, is the challenge that I enjoy, taking these, from our point of view, horrible characters and individuals and show them as, yeah, they're not us. Their standards are different. They do things that we call abhorrent, but they're not abhorrent people. And I've opened up very, very late, 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. Especially on these longer ones. If you watch all the way through, thank you so very much. It is appreciated. Nobody forces you to. It is appreciated greatly, greatly. We had Confused Owl 29. Hey, be careful with caving though, but it's not as dangerous as we all think. It's just, you gotta be careful. But good to see you in the comments, and here's hoping things continue to go well for you. We have RB, who left a comment that I don't know if it's about me or about the video I'm reacting to. We have Lex, thumbs up and thank you. Floramu with a whole bunch of emojis. JAYY, always good to see you in the comments. I hope you can stick around more. I like seeing you in the comments. It is good. We have Chris, thumbs up and thank you. There is Oni-chan, I have a D1CK, making a pleasant comment, thank you very much, with good advice. There is Louis, L-U-I-S, or Lewis, I never know how to pronounce that name, but there is a jungle biome, 1548, thumbs up, I'll have to go check that one out. Yeah, as soon as I can fix up my computer, I'll have a better view distance in Minecraft, so... but thank you very, very much. We have Larry from space. I will have a great day, and I hope you do too. And then there is RJ Mitchell. Always good to see you in the comments as well, my friend. And then there is Ram Bam. Thumbs up and thank you. And Jesse Koskinen. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated. Well, hokey smokes, it's a Monday. I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot done. Any calls that I need to make, well, I need to make a few. I made some on Friday. I got one that I got to make for the address change so I can close my P.O. box. Hopefully you can get done what you want to get done, but if not, don't beat yourself up. And of course, wherever you are, if people are getting sick, please take appropriate precautions. If people are getting hurt, please take appropriate precautions. But if you are walking and you hear the mournful howl of that bus, the bus with your name on it, yeah, no precautions you can take. Your life as a human being, living, thinking, breathing human being is over, and your life is just, well, a rotting corpse is about to start. So, until we meet again, you take care. There we go. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing.